Hey, how's it going? How's everybody doing? Just sitting here on a lazy early evening. Got my tooth replaced. Look at that. Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Hunter. That's my dentist. She's awesome. And I can't remember the person who actually made the tooth. Say thank you to her, and also I don't remember the other person that was in the room. I know who it is. I don't remember her name, but. Thank you to all three parties for making me pretty again. Anyway, I'm just sitting around, and I thought I would pull some more crap off the shelf and make you guys look at it. Actually, I don't make you guys look at it, because if you're watching it, you clicked on it because you were curious. Anyway, let me put these on. Let me wipe them off because they're covered in dust and dirt and I don't know. Particles, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, so I just got some stuff I'm just going to start going through right now. I know I featured this in another video a long time ago, but it's from Mego. It's the Andrew Bernarski Leatherface. I'm not a big fan of Andrew Bernarski overall. I don't hate the guy or anything. I don't know. I just heard some things, and if they're true, then it might be a dick. If they're not true, then hey, maybe you're actually a sweetheart of a guy and give you a big hug like a giant teddy bear if I ever meet you. But with that being said, this is actually was a gift. I know I featured another video where I was talking about just my horror movie dolls. Anyway, it's pretty detailed for Amigo doll. It's actually pretty well done. The face looks pretty good. You know, so. There's the back, just a screenshot from the movie. But, anyway, yeah, this my friend Shane got me this. I think maybe 2 years ago now. He just randomly bought me a bunch of presents because he's kind of a sweetheart of a guy. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a follow up to that but I'm gonna put that right there and move on. Come here. Hope I didn't expose too much when I leaned over because I'm just wearing my boxers. You know why? Because it's my house, my rules, and I'm comfortable. And there's the kitty again. Yeah. No, you want me to put you down. Yeah. Okay, run. Be free. Anyway, so moving on. I got Killer Klowns from Outer Space. I guess the character's name was Jumbo. I'm guessing, because I've seen the movie a few times. I love this movie, it's really fun, but I didn't know the individual clown aliens' names, but this is another one from Mego. I got a few here from Mego, because the place I go to sells them, and they sell them pretty cheap, so I've been buying a couple of them. But this one I really like. It's a screenshot, I guess, from the back. Now, if you've never seen this film, Killer Klowns from Outer Space, going by the name, actually it's funny, it just says Killer Klowns, I didn't even say from Outer Space. Maybe that's like a copyright reason, I don't know. But, oh, you're on the table now. Oh, I don't want to be held, but I'm going to stand on the table. But, anyway, if you've never seen this movie, if you like cheese and silly things that are just campy and nonsensual, but nonsensical, you're going to want to watch this movie. It is funny, it is silly. I mean, their spaceship is a giant circus tent. They're aliens and they're clowns. They eat people. It's just camp fun from the 80s, and I definitely recommend checking this movie out. If you're expecting like some deep, dark story and frightful things and crazy special effects. Actually, the special effects for their time are actually pretty good, and the animatronics for the characters are actually really well done. So I can't knock the special effects at all. It's actually they're like good. But anyway, yeah, check this movie out. You're gonna laugh. You're gonna cry if you didn't like the movie, but you're gonna laugh. You're gonna enjoy it. It's a lot of fun, and I definitely recommend at least watching it at least once. And this one here is another one from Mego. This is Son of Frankenstein. This is the third in the original Universal films. This is the third film in the series. This was, I think it was the last time Boris Karloff played the character, and it was the first time that the actual Igor character is introduced. In the first two films, there's they do have a character that plays that role that everyone always says Igor, which is interesting because Igor was played by Bela Lugosi in this film. Before that, in the first one, it was a character called Fritz. I can't remember who played him off the top of my head, but he was actually really good. He's the guy who drops the brain and gets the criminal brain that they make the original Frankenstein out of. And then the second one, the character is called Carl. Like, I don't know who plays Carl. And then it was the third one where it was Bela Lugosi as the hunchback assistant, like the one that's always used and portrayed in any time they satire it or spoof it or do an homage to it. It's always the Bela Lugosi version. Which, interesting, Bela Lugosi played Frankenstein, I think, in the fourth one. I think it was Frankenstein's daughter or something. And in that movie, there's a scene cut out where he goes blind, and maybe deaf too, I'm not sure, and he's walking around like this the whole time, and grunting and groaning. He lost the ability to talk, because in the second one, if you've seen him, Bride of Frankenstein, he learns how to speak. And but this one, he can't talk, he's deaf, and he's just doing all that stereotypical Frankenstein stuff that you never saw in any of the movies before that, and it's because he was blind, but they cut that scene out, so it actually makes no sense why he's suddenly doing that. But it's also not, in terms of the whole series, it's probably one of the worst ones anyway. It's one that's been seen the least, but is imitated the most, ironically. So anyway, that's where all that comes from. And originally Bela Lugosi was offered to play the original Frankenstein in the first one, but he turned it down because, you know, Dracula was kind of a bit of a more of a glamorous, kind of sexy role, I guess you could say. You know, it's kind of a sexy character, I guess. And he was just like, no, I'm not doing that. And then I guess he realized his regrets later. And then when he finally did play it, it was the terrible one. That was not a good movie. But not knocking Bela Lugosi, of course. The guy was amazing actor. Much like Boris Karloff, who I definitely would argue is a better actor than the two of them, but not anything bad against Bela Lugosi by any means. But anyway, moving on. This is the only pinhead I got. I have, or oops, popped off, but that goes back on anyway. But it's or Cenobite leader, or lead Cenobite, I guess, as they called him in the credits in the original film. He wasn't referred to as Pinhead until later on, and that was more of a nickname because everybody got a nickname. And that, anyway, let's pop this back on quick. And anyway, and I just bought this because I never had a Pinhead in my collection yet. But it looks pretty good. Is it Neca? It's hard to see in here. It is. No, it's not Neca, but I can't really read what it says. It's definitely not Neca, but it's still like really well done. Looks good. All these pieces here, this little chain thing isn't actually part of it. The pieces are, but the chain isn't. So you can take them off and use it. But I just leave them where they are because I have no reason to take them off. And I know if I do, they're going to end up in a bag with a bunch of other assorted parts from other characters or other things I have up on the shelf, and they'll never be seen again. But and the you call it the Lament configuration, the box. I had it in his hands properly the way it should, and when I glued it, it flopped over like that, and I didn't notice until after it stuck on. So I just kind of left it like that. But one day I'll have the patience to take it off with some nail polish, because I glued it on because it was going to get lost, and put it on properly so it's sitting square in his hand. But the detail is really well in this. You know, it's kind of rubber. It's like made out of rubber instead of like the harder plastic that most of the Neca things are made out of. But I still like it, and it comes with the which is a little bit dusty now. Put you right there, right there. This is, I think this is that thing that comes down and spins around. I think that's what it's supposed to be, but it's kind of cool looking, kind of creepy. I think it actually goes this way, but I'm not sure. but it looks really good. It's got like the body parts and faces, and all kinds of creepy shit on it. So, alright, moving on. The last things I got here are from Planet of the Apes, and we got Dr. Zeus, who's played by Maurice Evans, who I know has done. He did a lot of TV shows after this. Like he'd done some other movies. He was in. I know he was in The Jerk. He was in something else. You know what? I can just look real quick. The other Planet of the Apes movies, a couple of them, and Rosemary's Baby. That was the other one I was thinking of. But anyway, this is I believe this is Neca. So that's why it was. Yeah, it's totally Neca. Right? Is it? Yeah. But again, the detail being Neca is really well done. Like, I mean, that, like, look at the face. It looks so much like the character, the jacket, everything. You know, it's got you know, typical articulation. Like, it's got a bit of a swivel. The hands are come off and replaced. The elbows move the head. You know, just the basic things. But it looks good. I like it. It was the second Planet of the Apes statue I got. Statue, toy, doll, action figure, call it what you want. And this is the first one I got, which is Neca. It's one of my dolls. It's Colonel Taylor, George Taylor, played by, of course, Charlton Heston. And looks pretty good. Looks good. Like, I mean, it looks like him. The suit's pretty accurate. It's one of the few non-horror, out of like my dolls that I have, non-horror dolls that I have up on the shelf. But I like this. I remember when I saw it, I was like really excited because I like the Planet of the Apes series. I like the first movie in particular, but they're all pretty good. Even the ones that aren't that good. And I'm talking the original series. I'm going to talk about the new ones. Because let's face it, the 2001 Tim Burton version is, well, if it was for Rick Baker's special effects and makeup and masks and everything, the movie would not be worth watching. It's basically 2 hours of Mark Wahlberg breathing heavy and running around. But, you know, he's a decent actor in general. Most of the cast were good. And you had Tim Roth and you had, oh crap, what's his name? Giant black dude, passed away recently. He's such a good actor, Green Mile guy, and I can't think of his name. I don't know why, but I know everyone knows who he is as soon as they see him. He was amazing in it. But anyway, this is a good toy, a good doll. I really like it. And it's funny, when I brought it home, I was actually I was out drinking, and I had it with me, and then I brought it home, and I had all my stuff on the shelf, and I was thinking, oh, I want to put it on the shelf now. I see the spot I want to put it, but I'm thinking, no, I should wait till tomorrow because I've been drinking and I know exactly what's going to happen. But because, you know, why did my camera keep moving? But because it's me and I'm not particularly bright when I drink, I said, fuck it, I'll put it up there anyway. And what did I do? I put it up and knocked down a vintage R2-D2 and C-3PO. But they didn't get broken too bad. I was able to glue them back together. And they weren't in the best shape to begin with because I bought them used at like a garage sale or something. But it was just funny. It was more like, fuck, I knew it. Why did I do that? But anyway, it happened. I did it. And then I realized it was a stupid thing. And I was right when I told myself not to do it in the first place. And lastly, I got, again, from Planet of the Apes, Cornelius, right there. This is, again, obviously Neca. It's really well detailed, like all Neca figures usually are. But, I mean, the face is just really well done. I don't know why you're not focusing. But, you know, it's got the same generic articulation, but that's okay. I don't play with them when people are looking. But, you know, just the subtle wrinkles in the jacket and everything that Neca's usually good for, and it's got the scrolls with it. But I keep this in the little jar that I have a bunch of small little doodads and things that I don't want to lose in it. But yeah, and I guess that's it for today. And this is collectibles from my shelf, off the shelf collectibles, or collectibles off the shelf. I don't know. I just write off the shelf collectibles on the bottom. And yes, if you're wondering, yes, I did steal the title for this off the shelf reviews, which is a good channel to check out. Ian and Gary. I never met them, or I think I've commented a couple times and they've gotten back to me on some of their stuff. Anyway, they have a really good channel. They've been doing this for years and years, and I suggest checking them out. And anyway, I guess that'll be it for now, and get ready for a cooking video, and I guess, yeah, until the next one. Bye.